Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we're taking a look at the new Warhammer Horus Heresy box set. So they're showing off some of the new models. This is our first peek after the first peek. So let's take a look. If you are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course some Horus Heresy content as well. Let's jump right in. Heresy Thursday, introducing the all-plastic Legion Tactical Squad. The secret's out, and there's a new edition of Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, on its way later this year. The new edition features a smorgasbord of incredible new plastic models. So we'll be dedicating every Thursday in April to some fantastic new models. And there's no better place to start than with the very latest in the cutting-edge power armor technology. So there's a little video or whatever if you want to check that out. It's pretty lame, honestly. There they are in all their archaic and all plastic glory. This is an incredible, versatile kit and plenty of options for posing and gear. There's a Legion Tactical Squad, so it's the old style bolters and bayonets for everyone, though the sergeant gets a plasma pistol and choice of power sword, power fist, or lightning claw. So here we see the first real, pictures of the tactical marines. They showed off one single marine previously. These look awesome. Honestly, this is absolutely phenomenal. So we see the power sword depicted here on the sergeant. He obviously has the plume on his head. Overall, I would have to say the aesthetic is very, very nice. The plasma pistol is super cool. Obviously, everything is in the old Horus Heresy style. We have like the original beaky type marines, old school looking bolter. They've got some cool little accessories on them as well. So we see some basically like scrolls on the sergeant. Obviously, the other dude has a little holster at his side there, it looks like, and then some grenades maybe, and then also he's got the bayonet on his bolter, which is super cool. And then they have the old school looking regular shoulder pad with like the I don't know what you would call them, with like little bumps on there. I'm not sure what the actual term for those would be. So let's keep on looking at what else we have here. So here's a couple more of the Marines. We can see the poses are really nice. Overall, they have increased the size of these guys. You can tell that they are much like bulkier and larger. So I don't know if they're going to be quite in line with Primaris Marines, but they look like they are definitely bigger than like the old school plastic Marines, or even probably like the firstborns in 40k. So again, we see like a little bit of an Imperial signal like hanging down from the grip on the one bolter. Real nice like action poses. Really, really good quality on these guys. I really like the way the backpack is, like the round little like jets kind of on there, the exhaust vents or whatever. Very nice looking aesthetic on these guys. They look great. And then again, we see the bayonets on all these guys. And then here we got a couple more of them. Again, more of just like the basic troopers. Really nice looking. I don't know, what would you call those on the shoulder pads? Let me know down below if there's an official name for them. I would say probably just studs, but I don't know if they actually like serve a purpose or something. I would imagine they kind of like do the little shoulder drop and then like smash into somebody, and it would potentially, hurt or damage them. But I guess with that bolter and big old knife on the end, it's probably less important. But overall, I mean, these guys look great. Absolutely great. I mean, even like the look of like the strap hanging down here, everything just looks good on these guys. Okay, and then here we see like a little standard on the back. Not sure exactly. I would think that would normally be on the sergeant, at least like old school wise it was. So I don't know if this is like a different designation and he rocks it out instead of the sergeant. But it's sort of like the little banner pole. Very nice detail on it. It's got like the name badge, cool like iconography. This is a really, really nice looking squad. Definitely a fan of these. These look good. Look real good. And then here we see like a, it looks like a comms guy basically. He's got like an extra little antenna. And then maybe like a type like Vox kind of caster or something on there. I'm not sure exactly what like the skull is with all the metal like around surrounding it. But very nice looking models. They have really good poses from like a, just a like static hold your like position and kind of shoot pose to like walking forward to like shooting, all different. Some of the guys have their bolters like down at their sides, sort of like no scoping, and then like the last guy we saw kind of has like the aiming down the sights look. Really, really nice looking. These look great, honestly. I've never been like that impressed by the Horus Heresy models. Some of them here and there for sure, but the majority of them just looked like really old Space Marine stuff, like from back in the day when I first started, like Rogue Trader and whatnot. So they just never really appealed to me. I've always liked the newer stuff, but to tell you the truth, these look absolutely great. I don't mind like the beaky style or anything, but they just always look kind of outdated, and these look great. I mean, the Sergeant looks absolutely awesome. So very, very nice looking models right here. The Tactical Squad has more than weapons to play with. This kit also includes optional war gear such as a Legion Vexilla, the fancy back banner and spotted in the trailer. Okay, so that's the Vexilla, which is basically just like your standard bearer, kind of like a Nuncio Vox for keeping in touch with command. So yeah, it's like a Space Marine, like kind of Voxcaster type thing. An Augury Scanner to help interpret sneakier foes, intercept sneakier foes. Sorry, I was kind of like looking down to see where that's at. I didn't actually pick up on what that is. Augury Scanner. As well as packs of melta-bombs, frag grenades, and crack grenades. So I didn't see the scanner. It might just not be on one of these guys, but I didn't actually notice it, I don't think. Nothing there. So that's obviously the banner, the Vexilla. That's our Vox. That's the Sergeant. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's just not on one of these guys, and that's why I'm not noticing it. But I don't see it. I would think it would be like in one of these pictures right here. Because obviously we have the Sergeant, we have the Vox, and then we have the Vexilla. But I don't see anything that would be a scanner on one of these three guys. So maybe it's just not pictured. But anyway, they look really nice. Longtime Warhammer fans will notice echoes of the original plastic Space Marine kit, the legendary RTB-01 box, released in 1987. The set was similarly full of posable Mark VI Corvus armor. The legionaries in the new kit are larger, more imposing, and less bow-legged. But they have the same versatility and the same option to strap a great big chain blade to the barrel of their gun for an extra dose of Marine on Marine ultraviolence. The shoulder pads support those iconic bonding studs. Okay, so there's our answer. And there's a range of helmeted and unhelmeted options with a nifty transverse crest for the Sergeant. So bonding studs, that's what they are. Or what is that what they said? Bonding. Yeah, bonding studs. So I guess we were right about the studs. Did not know about the bonding. But very interesting. So I do like the crest on the Sergeant. Does not show any of the bear heads in any of these pictures. They did talk about they're definitely larger than the old Marines. They're much, much more detailed. I mean, I absolutely love how these look. They look great. Like, you can see the amount of detail in the chest armor. Really good looking models. The power sword has like a different look to it. I like it. He's got like the little targeter on his head as well. They really look good. I like that they've got them all like, you know, in different like firstborn colors as well. Oh, here we see the lightning claw as well. That's pretty cool. Definitely has like that power fist look to it with like the claws built in. Really cool. Old school style lightning claws. Nice. I like that. And then here is the chain blade as well. So most of the other guys we saw had the bayonet on the end. Here we see the guy with the chain blade. Looks good. I mean, it's old school. That's how like they were way back in the day. I think the bayonet looks cooler, honestly. But it kind of has like that cool little like old school look to it. Or kind of reminiscent of like Gears to War. So I could see people wanting to rock that out. I do think the bayonet looks better though. But overall, really nice looking models. I like it. There's so much more to come from the Horus Heresy in April. We'll be revealing new plastic model from the new edition each week on Thursday. So every Thursday they will be showing off the Heresy Marines. We already saw a couple, like the Praetor, which looked really good. And then we saw just one regular guy. But these look great. Honestly, these look great. I really like this paint scheme too. They look awesome. Really nice looking. Definitely a big fan of these. So, not sure that I will get into Horus Heresy, to tell you the truth. It's already pretty overwhelming, the amount of Warhammer and like the skirmish games and everything. But I do really like the models. So maybe I'll get some of the models, but probably not going to be playing the game anytime soon. Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, this sergeant right here is like absolutely stunning. Compared to the look of like the old Horus Heresy Marines or like the old kits from back in the day, this is really just, you know, all you can really ask for this set is to basically keep the old style, the old look of the guys, but then bring them up to date. And I think they've done that. Like, these are perfectly old school reminiscent models, but just new sculpt versions of them. And I really like that. You know, it's basically as if the game just came out now instead of, you know, 30 years ago. Or more, maybe 40, depending which game, but look really good. For some reason, this guy with the plume looks so much better than the one down here. I don't know what it was. Something about just the way it's painted, maybe? Or just the overall look to it. I don't know. This looks like a little like blah to me. But here it looks so much better. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's just the colors. But yeah, it looks really good. Definitely a big fan. Definitely a fan. Yeah, each one of these poses looks so good too. And it looks like they're all 10, no duplicates. Is that the same one? This one right here, actually, I take it back. That does look like the same one. But it looks like there's enough little options they give you so that they don't have to be exactly the same. So here we see, you know, the Vexilla. And then you can obviously do like the different pose, so they're holding the gun in a different position. But it looks like it's probably going to be 5 sets of legs. And then you can swap out. I can't tell quite if the torsos will be the same or not. Yeah, so it looks like this is like the exact same model right here as this one. The position and everything. And then the backpack is like the main difference on this guy. What about the other ones? So he's holding his kind of down at the side. He's still pointing his down but walking forward. So this looks like this is the same model as well. And then this one has like the low bolter. This one is like, you know, almost looking down the sights. And then this model would be the same as this model right here. So here we see he's got like the strap hanging down and his right leg forward. This one's got the right leg forward, no strap on the gun, but still in the same position. So it looks like there's going to be a bunch of little accessories that you can add on to make them look different. But the truth is, it looks like you're going to have 5 different models and then the accessories. Because this guy right here is this guy right here. So yeah, okay. I mean, which is fine. They look... No, I think they are the same. Yeah, I think it's just the angle. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like there's 5 different models. Which is cool. And then it looks like the accessories can be changed out. This may be the exact same model right here too. It looks like it. Just from the angle, we see like the little bit right here, the little bit right there. You know, and then it looks like the accessories can be added on separately. So he has obviously those extra accessories. He has more of like the standard. And then it's again on the other side. But we see like the same chest plate and everything. So yeah, it looks like, I imagine it will probably be 20 of the tactical marines, 2 squads of 10. And then each of the squads of 10 will have, you know, 5. It'll probably be a sprue of 5 marines with all the options and then 5 marines with all the options. So theoretically, if I'm right, you'll be able to make, for each squad of 10, you'll be able to make a sergeant. So you can have squads of 5, you know, or one squad of 10, and then only have a single sergeant with extra bits. And then obviously we see there's the power sword, the plasma pistol, what else do we see? The lightning claw. And then they had mentioned at least one other weapon. Plasma pistol, choice of power sword, power fist, or lightning claw. So I don't know if it will be the power fist and then you just add on the lightning claw bits, or if it's like a separate. fist, because this is like the old school power fist and then lightning claw built onto it. The newer lightning claws look a little different than that, so it wouldn't look right, I don't think, with the new lightning claws if there was just a piece that you added onto a power fist to make it a lightning claw. As we're with the older ones, literally if you just took this little like piece off there, it would look exactly like how the power fist looks. So I'm not sure if it's just going to be like an add-on to the power fist or if it'll be a separate arm entirely. But they look good. And then I imagine you'll have the choice between putting these or, you know, putting the bayonets on the end. So you can either have like the little chain blade or the bayonet. But very nice. And it does appear, because these guys have like none of the accessories on their waist. Here we see a couple on the sergeant. It does appear like all these accessories will be like separate, because these dudes are like loaded up with like pouches and grenades and all that. And then this is obviously like the same squad here. So we can tell these guys have a bunch of like the extra little like bits on them. And then the ones at the bottom were basically like bit less or less bits. Yeah, so here we see like just one like basically like holster. But it's cool. They have a bunch of different options for them. The overall aesthetic looks great. Definitely exciting. Excited for the people who are, you know, looking to play some Horus Heresy. And then it looks like basically they're going to be getting a new tank, I would imagine, in the box set. Previously we saw dreadnoughts in the box set. Looks like not going to be any dreadnoughts, just based on like the trailer we saw initially. So I would imagine it's going to be tanks, because there was a bunch of tanks in the preview, and there was one that's like not really recognizable. So I can't remember which ones we saw, but I know it was like, what, it was like Sicarians or Sicarius. Oh, I can't think of the name of them. But they're like super, super cool. They basically look like a cross between like sort of like a Predator and a Land Raider. And then there's the really big, like super heavy ones. Again, I can't think of the name of them. I'm not that familiar with Horus Heresy names of models and everything. And then it looked like there was a new style tank as well. So I would imagine whatever that new tank is, that's probably what's going to be in the box set. So I think at this point in time, we can assume there's going to be 2 Praetors, 1 for each force, at least 20 tactical marines, 10 for each force, and then probably one of those tanks. And, you know, they have shown drop pods a lot. So I don't know if drop pods are going to be in it too, or if that's just like for flavor. But that's been in quite a few of the videos as well. So, but that's it for today. Just wanted to take a look at these guys. Let me know what you guys think about Horus Heresy. Are you excited for it? Are you currently a player? Are you thinking about getting into it with the new set? Do you have any idea what those tanks are that I can't think of the names of? Always like to hear back from the community. Always appreciate all the kind words as well. So if you're new, make sure that you like and subscribe for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and Warcry content. And then, of course, we do some Horus Heresy, Underworlds, all types of other tabletop games, primarily Games Workshop, but occasionally like some D&D type content as well. So we are a commission-based studio, so we always show off the commissions as they go out of the studio. I have one ready to leave right now, so look out for a video on that one. And you can take a look at the completed commission. Very cool little expansion for us. And obviously we have a ton of tutorial videos for painting, modeling, everything from magnetization, lighting, and pretty much everything in between. Always show off exactly what paints were used and what process. And if you ever do have any questions about the videos or something is missing, feel free to reach out to me as well. So that's it for today, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.